fat guy in a little coat.
There you go.
Welcome, everybody, to the BS Hour. It says we're live. I'm going to assume we're live because I've got no confirmation. But in the chat, we've got Tasman Bricks. We got, let's see if I say this right, Setibaron and Brick Pit. Or Setibaron.
Yeah,
Brick Pit.
There you go.
However it is said, and Brick Pit says
Right.
final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Copyright strike. But not for me because, not monetized. So, bleh. So tonight we are going to discuss celebrating fandoms, and how you do it, and if you take things too far.
Oh,
so I'm going to say one thing right off the bat, and that is that in my eyes there is technically no taking it too far, with an asterisk.
Nope, not at all. Everything's fine.
If there is something that you like, you can like it with all your heart. You can spend as much money on it. You spend as much time on it. You do whatever you want, as long as it's healthy. If you start, that's the asterisk. If it starts to mess with your health, mental, physical, or then maybe it's time to take a step back and readjust. But
yeah. Well, Taz does bring up a good point there. He'd never get you copyright stricken, but I, on the other hand, I got cartoons waiting to be played. Wait. Yeah, so let's talk about the good before we get into the nitty gritty of it, because that's a whole psychological discussion as well. So the good thing about fandoms and like what you have and what you like and what you love and all that fun stuff. Like, I'm sitting in a Lego room. Jay is sitting in his Lego command center with his video games and Transformers and all that other shit is down there for the most part, as far as I know. There you go. See, I have a room like that too. We all, like, no matter what your fandom is, in this day and age, if you're 30-something, you have a room devoted to that. Hell, I know a guy who has a room devoted to Darkwing Duck. They made action figures for that? I didn't. Yep. But he's got it there, and it's a nice room. But, like, that's how we shoehorn it into our life, because that's where we go to feel good. That's where we go to do all the things, right? But, like, there's also the flip side of that, too, because our collection is our collection. Our fandom is our fandom. So, if, like if you or Julian come to my house, I'm not going to worry about you guys walking off with anything. But if it's, like, you, Julian, and, like, somebody else, I don't know you.
Yeah.
So we get kind of protective about it. And that can be seen on the net, too, because we get really shitty about it to other people. Wow, in Star Wars Episode 2, this happened this way, not that way, sure. So it's, it's one of those things that it's just bullshit. It's just tricks on our head where we think we have to defend the way we see our fandom. Like, some people enjoy Alien 3. Those people are wrong. Some people enjoy Alien Resurrection. Also wrong. It's stuff like that where we
see that's where you get into the everybody's different. Everybody likes different things, right? Yeah. I like both of those movies. Now, are they near as good as Aliens or Alien? Absolutely not. No, nowhere even close. But as movies, I watched them, enjoyed them, have seen them multiple times. I have the 10-disc Blu-ray set, the quadrilogy, whatever they call it, with all the different versions of all the movies.
Well, I mean, that's the thing though. Is like, if we're hanging out and let's watch a movie. You got Aliens or Alien 3. What would you go for?
Oh, it's Aliens.
There you go.
Hands down, it's Aliens. If you're going to ask me to pick any movie in that franchise, it's Aliens.
Yeah, that's true. That's, it had the best special edition that came out.
She beats the alien down with a giant mech. I mean, I love that.
Yeah.
Which Emmett then later stole, right? Is that?
Yeah, that's accurate. But I mean, also, like, our fandoms also lead us into other things too. So, like, I'm going to take myself, for example, because I can talk for myself. I can't talk for you two. So, like, I like comic books. I like all that crap, but not as much comic books as I do anymore, as much as I like action figures. So, like, I was always into Batman. I still am into Batman. McFarlane's stuff that he's doing with the line is amazing, except for some of the newer stuff where I could give two shits about.
Yeah, I like Farlane.
Yeah. And so you take that, and now it came in Lego. So, like, it's fantastic.
That's Jason's
I know.
Okay.
But so, like, you take all those things, and then you start crossing the streams, as it were. Because, like, you've got Batman Arkham Knight, you've got Arkham Asylum, you've got Yada Shmada, and you're crossing wires that are with different fandoms because A, you've got people that are just into video games in general. B, you've got people that are into Batman in general that are more the casual player, i.e. myself. And that's when there's like problems with people. Like people seem to think that you're not liking the franchise, you're not liking this the right way, you're not liking that the right way. And it's just, once again, it's all bullshit. And like today in the airport, I proudly wore my Batman backpack that's way too small. I had it on the entire time. I got the security, and I took out I have a lunch. I have a lunch bag that's insulated. That's a ghost trap, and I took that out.
And so those are GameStop. Those are awesome.
It was on clearance for $2, so I bought it. And that's where I was keeping my Switch and everything else. And I ran it through, and the TSA guy was like, "Is that a ghost trap?" Yeah. Well, what's in it? My Switch. Like, well, I'm kind of afraid to open it, as you should be. So, it's cool when you find those other fans, but like, this is gonna sound really shitty of me, and I don't care because I'm an asshole.
Yes.
I'm gonna totally interrupt, just because I'm an asshole like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna show you how obsessed I am with the Alien franchise.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Have you read the books? The books are fantastic.
I have not yet, and I really would like that. And I totally agree with what you're saying, by the way. I was just giving you shit, but I was just like, what are you saying about aliens? I was like, let me just show you.
Oh, no.
She's got a coffee mug that, like, from a distance just looks like it has like a little blue pattern on it, but when you get up close, it's aliens and the eggs and face huggers and everything all on it.
I have my Wayland Yutani company hat at home.
Nice. I like it. Anyway, okay. Proceed.
That's the thing, though, is that, like, I don't know shit from Shinora when it comes to Jason's wife, but I now know that, like, if we're ever in a pinch and for some reason we're stuck in the same room together, hey, what did you think about that Alien movie that didn't get made that should have gotten made by what's his name? And then it's, there you go. So that's the thing is that, like, it goes from, like, casual fandom that you like and enjoy, and then it goes into the guys that want to correct you about shit. And once again, you do you, but seriously, who cares?
That's the thing. There's the people that are, and I'm somewhat guilty of this sometimes myself. However, I'd be like, you like what you want, okay. So I'm gonna use Star Wars as the example because we use that as the example for absolutely everything. There are people that are like, only 3 movies exist. None of the rest of that stuff happened. That's a bunch of crap. Then you got people who are like me. It's like it all exists. It's all one giant universe. It's like watching a TV show. Some episodes are better than others, but you got to take it all as it comes.
Yeah, that's
then you got the people that are like, oh, only the Clone Wars are the best, and it. Same thing with video games. Like, and this is where I said I get into it sometimes because like people will be like, "Do you have Mega Man Battle Network?" I'm like, "Oh, Battle Network is trash. That's not a Mega Man game." Mega Man is side-scrolling, go kill the boss, take his weapon. It's not a stupid isometric RPG. So, there is me falling into that same trap. Well,
you're not wrong.
It's like, I didn't like Battle Network, but technically it's still a Mega Man game at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, it's the same with, like, for you talked about your Street Fighter collection. I have never talked about my Castlevania video game collection. I have all of them. All of them. Even the N64 game that I beat. The game's trash.
I have the first one for the Nintendo 64, and it was crap. And then I never bought the second one, and I wish I did because it's worth an ass load of money now.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, like,
I had borrowed the first one on Game Boy from somebody, but I never got them, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, there's those things that we devote ourselves to. Like, how much are we going to go into this? So we'll take Lego. For example. So Julian and I had a pretty good conversation about this while we were eating dinner at Applebee's. It was a good dinner. For the most part.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Mess my stomach up a little bit. But I don't
life.
Yeah,
it's Applebee's
too. That's good.
When you go into Applebee's, you sign on for stomach issues. That's just one of the things it's going to happen.
That's why I only ate like half my dinner and was like, I'm good. So, but we'll take Lego for example. So Julian here is collecting everything from the Lego Movie 1, right? And then he's one and done, and he's good. I myself, I'm going for every Ghostbuster thing, and after tomorrow, I'm one set away from that.
Woohoo!
I don't plan on buying the Ghostbuster 2016 thing. That's got to be a gift or something.
I bought it on clearance. It's actually a great build, regardless of your thoughts of the movie. Yeah. The set itself is pretty good.
Yeah, I saw it and I went, okay, that looks pretty neat. But on the other hand,
are we talking about dimensions too?
No, we're talking about dimensions. Okay. Yeah. I got the Terror Dog. I got the things. We're all good.
There's
I don't have the Stay Puft Marshmallow yet.
I know, but they're
Set and Juan like food.
Yeah,
I like food too, boy.
I like food too.
Yeah,
we can eat.
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
So we take Lego, and like Jillian's collecting all of Lego Movie 1 stuff, and Jason, I don't know what your collection is. I think it's like whatever you like, right?
That's it.
And like other people go out of their way to like, well, I better buy every Marvel set.
So that's kind of where I have found myself falling, honestly.
Yeah.
Like if I was to complete a theme, well, actually, I guess Scooby-Doo, I only need 2 sets to have all 5 of those. But that's beside the point. As much as I absolutely love Star Wars, I am not setting on that path to collect them all because I don't have $800 to buy a Falcon at retail, and I won't have the $2,000 that it's going to cost once it retires.
Right.
So I'm never going to get those.
No.
But Marvel, I'm not missing all that many, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, it's also the scheme of things too. Like you said, like Scooby-Doo. Do you have $80 for a Velma? I don't.
Yeah.
Do you? Right.
I will buy like the whole complete sets. And that series, all I need is the 2 smaller sets.
Oh,
like that airplane, and I need that Little Mummy's Tomb. But I have got the lighthouse, the castle, and the mystery machine.
See, that's the thing too about when you're collecting. Like, we know how it works in collecting. Like, we'll take Scooby-Doo for example. So, like, yeah, you could get the smaller sets. You could, but the bigger sets have everything that we could want except for the damn van. The van was what got everybody because now we all have 2 Freds. So. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like 2 Freds, 2 Shaggies, and however many Scoobies.
I got 3 Freds.
You got 3 Freds?
I got 3. I got 2. Picked up 2 bulk lots, and Fred was in both of them, and almost all, if not all, the Mystery Machine.
Nice.
I don't know where any of them are right now, though.
They're in these bins
somewhere.
Yeah, but I mean that's also like we're still talking about Lego in that sense because this is an easy subject. But like when it comes to like Lego collecting and everything else, like there's ways to do it. There's ways to do it like Jason has done it there. There's ways to do it like Julian has done. There's ways to do it that I have done, which is not as nearly organized as it should be. And then there's also the guy that's just like, well, I just like putting him in a tub and sorting him through. And that's where some of us get a little, but you have to organize them because our OCD, that physical part of our brain where we were like, give me that dopamine hit of organization, do it. But, you know, that's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
My laziness supersedes that needed to be organized.
Oh, good job.
I'm like, I got to organize this stuff. And then like 10 minutes in, I'm like, I'm done. That's all I'm doing tonight. I'm going to watch TV now.
Howie stuff, I'm missing the Lady Ghostbuster Dimension set.
You talking about the facade?
Yeah.
Chinese shop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seth says, I have 3 friends too. Oh, you said friends. What's up, Willie?
Willie, what's going on?
Big Willie.
Yeah, so Lego Dimensions, the only thing that I need, I'm pretty sure, to have the entire everything is that stupid Teen Titans Go pack.
Oh, yeah, but I mean...
And that's
like the important thing is like calling it, right? Like, do you really need the cartoon versions of Beast Boy and Raven?
Oh, no, I absolutely hate Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go with a passion. But that's the only thing I need to have the complete wave. So if I can find it at the price that's right for me, then I'm going to buy it. Because I have Firestar. So I'm like, literally, that's the one thing I need to have all of Dimensions.
Yeah.
I pretty much have to buy it. But I'm not going to pay the $60 to $80 for it.
Okay.
Because apparently it's Raven is what's worth the money out of that set.
It's the only time Raven was ever made as a minifigure was that stupid cartoon version.
Yeah, I would much rather have one based on the live action show or the comic books.
Yeah, the comic book would be good.
Like
Or
I didn't
even
like
the
the
old-
original Teen Titans when it came out. I thought I'd rather Justice League was much better. And then Teen Titans Go came out, and I'm like, well, that makes Teen Titans look really good. Teen Titans Go is trash.
Yeah. But yeah, it's weird with fandoms. It's weird with gentlemen of our age group, like the 35 to 45 group, because we see these youngsters going on about how many
Piggly to my Piggly.
we see how many people are going on about this one X-wing or this one TIE fighter or whatever that they have to have so many of, or this one Luke Skywalker or this one Peter Venkman or whatever. And like, from my perspective, it's like that's a lot. That's a lot to go for, and like just it can be very unhealthy if you're not smart about it. So that's what I got to say about fandoms and how to celebrate them. Just be smart. Don't let it poison you. Don't let the fans and the fandom influence you on what you're going to do or what you're not going to do.
Yeah, don't let somebody else either tell you, like, Kevin Hinkle said it best. Don't let somebody tell you how to enjoy your hobby.
My business partner, Kevin Hinkle,
you do what you want. If you want to go out and you want to collect only Batman Lego minifigs and that's all you want, you don't care about anything else, do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Look, if you want to be a brony, do it. Who cares?
Well,
I mean, I might not invite you into my house, but it's all right. You can still be you.
I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean,
collecting is an addiction. It can be bad if not controlled. You are correct, Ninja.
It sure can.
Willie's the Wren to my Stimpy. Mrs. Taz loves Harry Potter, won't collect every set. We simply cannot afford it, but she gets what she likes from the various waves.
So
that's kind of how I do it.
I say Brittany, well, when it comes to Harry Potter, everybody knows Brittany's a Harry Potter fan.
Your wife likes Harry Potter?
Just a little bit.
Oh.
And she will get whatever it is we can afford whenever we can afford it.
Right.
And if it's a set that I want or a Harry Potter set, I usually just want her to have it because I want her to enjoy the Lego.
Yeah.
Gotta catch them all.
I thought of a line I completed. I'm very proud of myself for this.
Yeah.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Got them.
Yeah, both of them?
Yeah.
Nice.
Very good.
Got them. I wish the suitcase was bigger, though.
Yes.
Because it's like this.
Yes.
I was supposed to get that set. I don't remember who. Somebody got it on clearance, and I was going to buy it from them, and then I never heard from them. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess.
I don't think she's seen Harry Potter wine.
There's Harry Potter wine.
Why not?
Sounds
Are you
right.
talking about the Harry Potter fans whining?
Oh, no.
But they're about the glug glug, not the I hate everything.
Whine.
These torsos are kind of cool. I've never seen them up close before.
Yeah.
I mean, I could build a sub, but here's the funny thing about collections. So Jillian went and did the thing last week for me. I'm like, man, I really hope my stuff gets here before I leave. Technically, the mail arrived at my house before I left. Left as in got on the airplane. Emily sent me a picture with about 12 boxes and was like, what the hell? So she knew what was going on.
She will have built everything.
I built all your sets for you.
I think she might build the Reinhardt. I'm pretty sure she will. So, yeah.
There you go.
We also got posters and stuff. So, like, the other parts of your fandom. So, like, Star Wars Lego, I could give two shits about. Star Wars itself as a franchise, that's something else we got to talk about. Because I do collect the Black Series figures, but I only get the ones that I want. Like, the ones that I like. It's not, I better get all of this wave, or I better get these variants or whatever.
It's like beast collecting, too, when figures are $25 a piece instead of, like, $4 like they used to be when we were a kid.
Right. And that's the thing, too, is that, like, when I find a deal on figures, I find a deal on figures. I don't mess around.
Yeah.
So, like, when the local toy store guy was like, hey, do you want to buy each of these for $5 a piece? And I said yes, and I did. Well.
Are you sure that's a Harry Potter wand, Seth? I mean, I know those things are called magic wands, but
so like it crosses over. Like I just ordered from Etsy a Star Wars print, and it's the X-wings flying from Yavin to hit the Death Star 1, right? And it's done in the old style travel poster. So like, visit Tatooine or whatever.
Visit scenic, whatever.
Yeah, Emily got one of the Iron Giant that's based on the Obama posters of hope and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, I like doing that. I like the art.
I've never seen that movie.
What?
I've never seen that movie.
Oh, it's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. The guy that did The Incredibles did it. So yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not like I have anything against it. One day I'll watch it. I just never have watched it.
But so yeah, the artwork and like stuff that fans actually create out of it is what I'm kind of gearing myself to, because I don't want to give Hasbro any more money. I'd rather give somebody like Kevin Hinkle, who draws a badass Luke Skywalker and slaps it on a sticker.
Who?
My comic book buddy.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. I'd rather give money to him, who would draw it personally for me or something like that. And I think that's what I think they're called Hasbros. And they are a very toxic situation, apparently, and I avoid them. Because those are the guys that are like, well, time to drop $1,200 on the Razor Crest, toy. Oh, okay. Or $1,200 on the sail barge. Those are cool. Don't get me wrong. It'd be neat to have them, but damn.
Yeah, that's the dream for me, is to just have the money to be able to buy that.
Well, sure.
Right? Like,
Cool.
I really, 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 really want that $700 Optimus Prime that transforms on its own and walks and talks, and I'm like, oh my god! If I would almost trade every single bit of Lego in this basement for that thing.
What you want to fiddle with?
Almost.
I got fiddle with.
What's up, Ninja Master Nick? Spend $1,200 on a root canal.
Nah. I mean, you could spend $1,200 on a root canal. That's pretty important. NECA TMNT. Yeah.
I cannot justify $700 for a toy.
Carefully.
It's pricey.
Willie, did you get Turtles in Disguise on market or in the aftermarket? That's one of the newest things from NECA is that, the Turtles would dress up and they'd have like the goofy masks and everything. NECA made all of that stuff removable. So you got all the outfits, and then you got all the Turtles with all the weapons and all the pizzas and the turtle communicators and the turtle vibrators and whatever else. So
turtle vibrators.
Those are magic wands.
Yeah, they're magic wands. We were talking about that. Do you got to collect them all, or is there?
I mean, look at Super 7. Super 7 is almost the exact same as NECA as far as quality is concerned. Oh, nice, dude. But Mamma Mia, chef's kiss for you, man. Those things are going crazy. Like Super 7 is going to do what's it called? The Silverhawks. Anybody remember the Silverhawks, Julian?
Yes.
Okay. So Super 7
did partly metal, partly real.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So Super 7 did some Ninja Turtles as well. The Turtles turned out great. They also did Thundercats, and that's turned out like pure
gold. Are they doing this as a different line? Because all of their reaction figures are trash.
Oh, yeah. This is like 6-inch, like tall, like
the big ones. Okay.
They don't look good. They don't look good at all.
The little ones, just the supposedly retro style packaging. That part's neat, but the figure and the sculpts itself are like we've improved drastically in action figure making in the last 40 years. So why does your figure look trash?
I mean, it's one of those things for like guys that are of our age
they're getting all the licenses though. It's like, oh, if I want, Papa Emeritus from Ghost, I can buy. But I'd rather have a cool McFarlane Papa Emeritus.
Well, I mean, it's the same way with Cowboy Bebop. If I want a Cowboy Bebop Spike figure, I'm going to have to shell out at least 3 digits, which is bullshit.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that. Well, I mean, it's the same with fig arts and like everything else. Like, if you want to expand your fandom, if you want a better representation of what you love, you're going to spend that money on it. I almost dropped $150 on Mezco Steampunk Batman. What did I do? I built it out of Lego instead and called it good.
There you go.
So I mean, it's
or
all
you
about...
wait for the clearance sales. Like my buddy got several of the Play Arts Kai. He got the Spartan Batman.
Mhm.
He got like the crazy futuristic looking Captain America. All those Japanese figures that are highly detailed. He got them all in clearance for like $30 a piece.
Yeah,
those are $100 and $200 figures
all day. It's nuts because like there's also the hot. There's one thing that I noticed that like when you're taking it up to another scale. So if you're into, I'm going to take my friend Kirk. Kirk Wilson is super into Spider-Man.
Who?
Vision Bricks.
Oh,
I made the mistake.
Effect.
I made the mistake of showing him Spider-Man Homecoming, the homemade suit, in the hot toy version. Kirk's gonna drop $500 on it. And I'm like, dude, that's too far. That's way too far. Cut it. And he's just like, well, I really like it. Okay. Like, to me, that's a kick in the balls. Like, if I'm going to spend $500 on anything, it'll be a Ghostbuster Firehouse, something nice for my wife, and dog surgery. I mean, right?
Oh, you're going to get that dog removed finally?
No.
Oh, okay. Nice puppy.
Yeah.
Parts don't involve collecting. I guess that would be stuff like
Movies.
you go and see the movie.
Watch movies.
I'm going to go to Comic-Con and line up for autographs, and I'm going to cosplay.
Well, that's collecting. Cosplaying is not collecting, though. That's absolutely
And
right.
cosplaying can be just as toxic as anything else.
Yeah, you've got the wrong helmet on for this character from this episode.
Yep.
You've got the wrong style of tie with this episode.
Yep.
Your proton pack doesn't light up the way that it's supposed
All you have to do is say, it's a multiverse, man. There's tons of different universes. You don't know which one I'm from. Shut up.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, too, because it's a really bad environment? The Ghostbuster community. I stopped cosplaying as a Ghostbuster because of all that.
Wow.
Because my proton pack wasn't screen accurate. Because the light didn't light up the way it was supposed to. And I was like, well, I'm done. And Seth brings up a good point, too. If you're going to do this crap and if you're going to do this, you got to prioritize it. You got to have your life and your family above everything else.
Yep.
The Lego, the action figures, the going to conventions, the whatever comes second. But if you find a partner that is into what you're into or she's into something, support it.
Yep.
Or support him.
Yep.
That's the thing that a lot of couples get into, and then you find out that, you're a secret Lego person and you have been for years, and it's like, where did all this come from? What's happening? Because we've been taught to be ashamed of our fandoms.
Yeah.
The way you do that is so if your wife comes to you and says, hey, I want to go to Michael's and I need to buy all this yarn and these beads and stuff. And the answer is, oh, sure, go ahead. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because then the next week you can be like, hey, I'm going to go to Walmart and I'm going to buy this Lego set.
Yeah.
And it's okay. As long as your bills are taken care of, it's all good.
Yeah. To a point. I got nothing. That was my rant. I did 30 minutes.
Rant over.
Somebody else talk.
I'm not talking.
That's fair.
You can't make me.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. For me personally, I feel like when it comes to the fandoms, I am on the outside looking in at everything because I kind of like this and I kind of like that, but I don't like it enough to know all about it.
I like things enough to hold a conversation. That's kind of what Tons of Fun is all about.
I can't even do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But like,
you're gonna get those people that's about everything. Like, I'm that way about certain things, right? Like I know, but here's what you have to realize. So you can come at you like I'm the most hardcore Street Fighter fan there is, blah blah blah, and I know all the everything.
Yeah.
Somebody knows more than you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't come out there with this. Hey, I'm a god because you're not.
There's always a bigger face.
Somebody out there either knows more than you or has more than you.
That's it.
And that's it.
Jesus Christ, Julian, you have a lot of pink in here. Fuck.
Yeah, see the buckets back here on the floor.
Jesus Christ.
Julian is a fan of pink Lego brick.
I mean, you're supporting breast cancer awareness.
I mean, that is something I do every year.
Yes, monthly fun money budgets for each partner. There you go.
I don't know if you can see that back here, Jeff.
Yeah.
That is the treehouse.
Yeah, I see that.
That says, I've been picked on my entire life. I heard it all. So glad I finally realized it doesn't matter if people don't understand my passions.
There you go.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
when my wife and I first started dating, her dad was like, I can't believe you have so many video games and movies and you spend all this money and you waste all this money on this stuff. And my response was, I can't believe you have this whole entire wall of fishing lures and stuff in your garage. And you've got this bass boat. Yeah. I was like, you think I waste the money on all these video games. I think you waste the money on all these lures. And like, you can literally tell me what each and every single one of these little pieces of rubber does, what fish it's good for, because that's what you're into. If that's what you're into, you don't necessarily see that you're spending the money on it.
Absolutely. Can you give me a water, Mama?
People that smoke and drink, they don't see all the money that they spend on making sure I got to have my cigarettes and I get my alcohol and stuff like that. It's literally, it's whatever you're into.
What are you talking about?
It's like, you spend your money on what you want, and I spend my money on what I want. That's it.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I know, right? Me neither. Well, that's what I say, Stingle.
That's why.
And dude says, I buy whatever I like and want. There you go. That's it. That's just it. And as long as it's not unhealthy and your bills are paid, you're not going to lose your house because you bought a Lego set, then you're good. So, live intermission here.
What? Don't mind us.
I know.
We're fine.
Oh,
So,
there's the virus.
Hey, your cane fell.
There you go.
Julian, do you like? Is there anything out there, anything at all, any property, be it a what the hell? No, he's got to use the hook end and pull you off the screen. After things I did in my younger days, my family is pretty heavy Lego addiction. Yep. There's much worse things you can blow your money on. So is there any property out there at all? Any movie, cartoon, video game, book, anything that you like enough that you would dress up as the character for and like go to a convention?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
On insert anything here. Mario. I don't think I do Mario. I don't know.
Dude. We need, you could be Wario and I'll be Mario.
Was it I dress up as Super Great Smith sometimes.
My wife says you're the Kroger guy.
That was great. Yeah. I know what she's talking about.
Lego, smokes, drinks, and food. Juan is Deadpool. Yep, or Wooly Willy.
And honestly, I would dress up like any of those. Bull from Night Court, I would dress up like him.
You get to shave your head.
I mean, I would wear a thing, but no, I wouldn't. But yeah, there's.
Did you know that allegedly there is a Night Court reboot in the works?
Oh, I'm ready. Yeah, that's her.
So we'll see how that works out.
We can hope.
Yeah, with it's the judge, not Judge Reinhold, or was it Judge Reinhold? Whoever that played the main guy on the show who passed away, like his daughter.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
Night Court reboot.
Oh, there's a Night Court reboot?
That's what they're talking.
There's one being worked on, possibly. So that'll be interesting.
Yes.
No, I'm good.
So would you, much like, there's lugs, there's Lego user groups.
Yeah.
And then you consider that a fandom, I guess. But would you ever join a fan club for anything? And like one that would have you. So around here, I know there's a group of, like Jeff was talking about, there's a Ghostbusters group. It's like people, they'll teach you how to make your own packs, and then you cosplay, and then you go to like shows. And
I would not, other than Lego, I would not pay to be part of a group.
What if you don't have to pay? I mean, what if it's a thing?
Oh yeah. If there's
you
a
can
cool,
become
like,
a member, and then we might ask you to dress up and go to a convention with us.
So back in 88, I had a 1968 Volkswagen Beetle, and I was a member of the Volkswagen Beetle Enthusiast Club that was in my county. and we used to do meetups and such.
Now, all I'm picturing is that Simpsons episode where Nelson laughs at the guy in the little Volkswagen, and then the big dude gets out of the car. He's like, "It's all I can afford."
I mean, it honestly was all I could afford at the time. It's good times, though. I had to take my shoes off to drive because I couldn't get my shoes in between the pedals. And then, and then the seat was dropped. Everybody else's was this far off the floor, and mine was sitting on the floor. So that was cool.
That's what I feel like it would be like for me if I got a smart car. And people are like, "Oh no, they're roomy inside." I'm like, I don't know. Like, I have problems with room in my normal size car that I have.
You should have seen us in the Corolla, man. Camry, the Toyota Camry, man. It was
Toy.
We were shoulder to shoulder, and we had a partition in the middle.
That speed bumps must have been fun.
Yeah. It was a bad time for everybody.
Yeah, it was.
So, is there going to be videos and such made tomorrow?
Yeah.
Nice. So, when is because we could talk about this because it's fandom. When's Brick Rodeo happening?
July 22nd.
And then when's the other gaming convention? That's in the area that you guys are going?
The same day, 26th. And I'm debating on whether or not we're even going to go to that. I'm so spent from today's traveling that, like...
Wait till you have to drive 8 hours.
Yeah, I know.
One way.
Well, yeah, that's going to be great. Where am I departing from? Tallahassee.
So, that's why there was no stream last Monday, because I was like, I drove 4.5 or 5 hours, and I was tired.
Listen to this.
So, airplanes. I am too large for an airplane. I have discovered this today. And the first way I paid for first class and was like, this is going to be nice, right? Everything's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Wait, you used to... You had to have no room in first class?
Oh, I had room in first class.
Oh, okay.
Just, yep. It was the second flight, the connecting flight, that was like, hey, wedge your ass in this. Okay. So I did.
Did you fly Southwest?
No, I flew United.
So we flew Southwest. The one time I've ever flown in my life was when we went to Florida last year, or the year before. I don't remember which year now. It was the year before. And my wife specifically picked them because they seem let's just say the most fat friendly of all the airlines.
Sorry.
What do you call them fat?
Me.
Oh, okay. I'm giving you a hard time.
Like they didn't charge extra. I didn't have to buy 2 seats or all that, or you could get 2 seats if you didn't need, if you weren't that big, you could refund the one. And
Southwest was cool about that. Yeah, that's who I always flew from when I went from Arizona to Oklahoma, was Southwest. And like, all I'd have to do was like, hey, can I ask, have a seat? Sure, but it can't be an aisle.
Hey, we'll be right back.
Where'd they go? Well, now it's just the B hour. So yeah, if you're a big guy out there and need to fly, choose Southwest because they're going to try to hook you up. It's great. I didn't have space seemed to be fine for me when I was on the plane. I was good. I flipped the little tray down and then I set my phone up, leaned up against the chair, and plugged my headphones in, and I watched Big Hero 6.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was my and it was, I split it up halfway on the flight there, and then I watched the rest of the movie on the way back home.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not a bad plan.
Yeah, and I had downloaded it to my phone so that I wasn't like streaming it and using.
Sure.
Well, I did sit on a 220-pound guy one time on the way to Philly. Like, this is happening, and I was quarter a seat over on top of him. Now, he was a younger man, so there was nothing he could do about it. He just had to respect his elder.
Yeah.
Juan says his thick peach fit in a Delta seat.
Oh my!
Yeah, I'm about to bump up to a first class Delta ticket.
There you go.
That leaves at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh shit! No way.
Yep. So I think I might be doing that, Jules.
So what? Friday morning at 7:30.
7:30.
That's early.
Yep.
I'll get you there.
Well, yeah, because you got to be at the airport like an hour in advance at least.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. I won't get you. No, I'm kidding. I'll get you.
So he got to be there at 6:30.
Yeah.
But I feel like
You'll be up in time for breakfast. That's.
What's up?
He'll be up in time for breakfast.
Yeah, that's true.
Juan says that's sleeping time. You damn right it is.
So that's the thing. Like, I'm never going to wedge my ass into that chair again. It's not going to happen.
I don't blame you.
I'm not going to fly like that.
I don't blame you.
It's not. No, I'm not going to be uncomfortable for 4 hours on a plane.
I don't blame you.
So, yep.
I've been uncomfortable. Yeah, it's not.
We're talking about fandoms, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, some people are a fan of flight.
Yeah,
that's true.
That is true.
Hey, Lost and Explained is actually a pretty cool YouTube channel. It talks about planes that were never made.
Nice. Did you guys see? There's a YouTube video about it. A dude in I think it's Croatia, it's some other country like that, is made a flying car.
Yeah.
Huh.
It is a car. It transforms. It's an airplane and a car. It basically transforms.
Nice.
It's a little 2-seater. He flew 35-minute flight in between two cities. It takes 3 minutes for it to transform into car mode, and I want one.
Sounds like a plan.
I mean, that's just the new way for people to get themselves killed while driving. So, I'm on board.
Survival of the fittest, right?
Sure.
It looks like something out of it looks like a futuristic sports car when it's in car mode.
Yeah.
In the plane mode, looks really weird. It literally looks like somebody strapped wings onto a car.
Huh.
Juan says, I'd rather fly. Took 3 hours to get to Philly Brickfest compared to 2 days driving. Yeah.
Whatever, dude. We drive to Philly.
See, here's the thing. I drove to Philly. Well, I drove. And if I go back, or let me change that, when I go back, because I will make it back someday.
Yeah.
It'll probably be I won't display anything. And we will fly because my wife wants to go, and we will both fly together.
Absolutely.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to fly with Lego, right? Because those people won't take care of your crap. They'll destroy it.
If you're going to take it, you do it in your carry-on. And then you gently put it up there and hope nobody.
I could take little mocks, wrap them in bubble wrap, put them in my carry-on, and be like, look,
that's what I'm doing for rodeo. Because apparently I'm going to fly coach.
You just going to take that little bitty castle, wrap it up real nice.
Yes, sir. I'm going to
shine that, turn that bit sideways and stick it.
Turn it up your keggy ass. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
All right, hey, let's talk about that fandom.
Oh, wrestling?
Wrestling.
That's a rabbit hole and a half.
So, and then the same thing applies there. I can make the same direct lines of Star Wars people. So you got the Star Wars people that only like the original 3 movies. You got the Star Wars people that only like the Clone War, the clone eras. You got the Star Wars people that only like the new movies.
Yeah.
You got the wrestling people that like only WWE. You got the wrestling people that like only Impact. Or you got the people like me that like everything except for WWE. Like, I'll watch pretty much any wrestling except for theirs. And it's not because there's wrestlers there that I enjoy.
Yeah.
But, we need Lumberjack Josh to talk about this. But I don't like I'm exercising with my wallet and my TV views. Yeah. I don't like the way they're doing things. Hence, if I don't watch it, I'm doing my part.
But at some point, WWE probably going to come back around.
Well, and that's the thing. They will. They have. So I was honestly never a WWE/F fan to begin with. Like, I would watch them, but I much preferred WCW.
Oh, wow.
And it was WCW all the way, man. Like, and especially the NWO and Sting those days. And they were trouncing WWF in the ratings. And then things happened. They basically took power away from Eric Bischoff, gave it to a board of directors. Those people didn't know what they were doing. They ran the company into the ground.
Yeah.
So I was like, I've never been necessarily a hardcore fan of theirs. So it's still the same. Now I'm watching AEW. I'm watching Ring of Honor. Still just not really a fan of WWE. It's the way they do things. The way they can't let anybody be themselves. You got they go in and they watch like some indie talent, and like, these guys wrestle good. Let's put them on a show. And now you can't do that move, that move, that move, and that move. And like, well, you just pretty much give for that guy.
Yeah.
I remember watching WCW and enjoying it. But I was in high school, and like, I think I just grew out of it. I think I really just did. And you know what? I'm all about people having a fandom and being happy about something. But as soon as they turn into an asshole about it,
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah, I don't know if he was released one, but he was in jail. He got a DUI, and it's like his third one in the last 2 years.
Nice.
So it's definitely he needed to do something before he hurt somebody.
Hey, whatever happened to Diamond Dallas Page?
He does yoga now.
Yeah, he has a weight loss and fitness program called DDP Yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And like, apparently it really works.
Yeah, it's helped a lot of people.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's pretty much just out there helping people.
Yeah.
Like he helped Jake the Snake Roberts, like, get sober and fix his life. And
did he?
Brought him back from the edge. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, old DDP.
Like, he's good people. Self high five. Or if you've seen the movie Ready to Rumble, and he's like, Diamond upside down is a pussy. But yeah, some of the wrestling fans, I have an app that basically tells me all the news. So since I don't watch WWE, I can still keep up on it and see if there's any reason for me to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But I have not made an account, and I don't plan to. I'm not going to get involved in them, because all the people that chat in there, everybody just bitching about everybody else. And it's like, you don't like WWE, why are you here commenting in this thread? Well, you don't like AEW, why did you come here just to make this comment? And it's just like not a single person seems cool. Everybody's a toxic piece of crap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, DDP versus Stone Cold, that would have been cool. So apparently right now it's NWO week on WWE programming, I guess, because they keep posting all these like commercials, and the first one was for Stone Cold's podcast, and he's going to have Kevin Nash on there.
Oh wow!
It's like, the following is paid for by the NWO, and he was Hollywood Steve Austin.
Yeah, Hollywood Blondes. Him and Brian Pillman.
Yep, and now Brian Pillman Jr. wrestles in AEW, and he's a tag team with Griff Garrison, and they're called the Varsity Blondes.
There you go.
That's interesting.
Chris Benoit's son is coming to wrestling, his surviving son.
Wow.
And evidently he's got his gear ready to go, and his tights are very reminiscent of the ones like his dad wore. And he's like, he's already come out and said, he's like, if wherever I land, if I get signed, wherever I'm at, he's like, I am not hiding from anything. I am not backing down from it. He's like, this was my dad, regardless of what happened. It was my father, and I want to honor him, and I want to honor his legacy for what he did in the ring, and maybe try to change the stigma that, is with the name.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm behind that. I actually liked Chris Benoit as a wrestler.
Oh yeah.
It's a shame what happened.
Yeah.
It's whether it was concussions or whatever, mixed with all his medications and everything that caused it to happen, or whether he was legitimately crazy, whatever, we may never know.
I think it's a little bit of all of it, personally.
Yeah. But I feel that I can separate what's going on, John? I can separate what the man did in the ring and how he entertained me versus how he was as a person. Like Marilyn Manson's going through, things right now where he's been accused of nefarious things. I'm still.
What are we talking? Go fucking?
No. We're talking like he may be. It's part of the Me Too movement. Let's put it that way. Things he may or may not have done. Not for me to say, but you know what? I still like those CDs that I bought, and I'm still going to listen to them. I'm not going to get rid of them. And honestly, with him, it's just like, are you surprised? Doesn't really surprise me, but I can separate the entertainer from the asshole person that he may have been.
Yeah.
I will, if Cosby Show is on, I'll stop and watch it every now and again.
If
I
what
can
is,
separate the entertainment from the asshole that he apparently was. On the flip side of that, I understand why somebody may not want to, hey, you want to take the show off the air, whatever, take the CDs, get rid of them. I get it.
yeah.
I can see from that point of view. I understand that. And
Well, I mean, it's like the Michael Jackson thing. Like, all that shit came out after he died. Dude can still make music, but on the other hand, a horrible human being, apparently. Lots of problems, right?
Yep.
So, like, where do you draw that line? You know? Like, if Manson turns out to be this person that sexually assaulted and sexually, did all these horrible things to women, do you still listen to the music? Or do you keep the music? It all depends, because the music might make you happy, but when you find out that your hero or that somebody that you looked up to or respected or whatever turns out to be a bag of shit.
Yeah.
But you know what? I kind of look at it as I bought those CDs a long time ago, so he's already got my money. So whether I put it back in my car and listen to it again right now doesn't affect his wallet or anything at this point in time.
For sure.
Same people still listen to Michael Jackson all day long.
Well, there are also people who don't believe Michael Jackson ever did anything wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine. He's like, I don't know why y'all giving him a hard time. He never did nothing. I was like, wow, cool.
Well, and it's one of those things, right? At this point in time, it cannot be like he's not here to defend himself.
Yeah.
So we don't know one way or the other.
Sorry, I'm doing flight stuff because I'm not flying economy on the way back.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Just hire that guy in Croatia that made a flying car. You and him sit side by side. He'll just
and every 30 miles you have to refill.
Yeah, you have to land and refuel.
Hell, going over that speed bump today was I was worried we weren't gonna make it.
Write a stern email.
Write a stern email. Yeah. But it was horrible. So fandoms and stuff, we don't let that stuff bother us because we already paid into it. Like, I like Miramax movies.
Yeah.
We all know that situation.
I like Dogma. I don't know about the rest of the Miramax.
Well, I mean, like Reservoir Dogs and everything else.
Yeah,
and all
I do like that
Those
one.
are Miramax.
My DVD and Blu-ray collection has a lot of Miramax films on it. I'm not going to go get rid of all of them just because, things happened. There's damn it, I lost it. I had somebody in mind that did something, and I was like, well, I'm not getting rid of those. I still like those movies. So
Yeah.
Oh, how about
Kevin Spacey?
Yeah,
I like Kevin Spacey movies.
7 is great.
I mean, yeah.
K-Pax,
American Beauty.
I don't know about American Beauty. That kind of gave me the icky wickies.
That's fair.
I don't. That's the
guy who directed Powder and the Jeepers Creepers movies. Apparently, also a sexual criminal.
Are we not even talking about Gerard Depardieu, who won't come back to America because he raped somebody? He's like.
Well, I didn't like none of his movies to begin with, so not so much a fandom there.
He stayed pertinent. Okay, what?
Yeah, like not eating Subway because Jared was a nut job.
No, I stopped eating. I don't like Subway as much because it's not the sandwich isn't as good as it used to be.
Well, I mean, there's also a lot of people that looked up to Jared and things like that. But when you turn out to be a pederast, you're no longer human. So there's that.
No, that is. But I don't blame Subway for that.
No,
but there are people that do.
Yeah. I think honestly that maybe Subway should have done some more vetting, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But as far as like their food's not okay because Jared's ass, no.
Yep. No, there are definitely
because it's not good.
It's not as good as it used to be for sure.
I mean, I like a good Italian, spicy Italian.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like it. Yes, either the spicy Italian or the Italian BMT. Either of those.
So in Oklahoma, they serve the buffalo chicken sandwich still, and that is the bee's knees.
I don't like onions, but I do like the sweet onion chicken teriyaki at Subway. Yeah. As long as you leave the actual onions off there, but the onion sauce is fine, and it's pretty good.
That's about right.
I'm down with that.
Full show.
So how about let's back to the hey, what's going on, Lumberjack? Speak of the devil.
That is what.
So when it comes to comic books, so most of I always say that yes, hey, I like comic books, but the reality is I don't really have a whole lot of comics. Haven't read a lot of comics. I mean, I have a small collection. It could fill up maybe 3/4 of a long box, maybe.
Okay.
But I have watched every single like Marvel cartoon since I was a kid, right?
Okay.
So all my knowledge of the comics come from all the movies and the TV shows and everything else. So
Right, but you're
there are
not
some
trying to
people
one-
who would say that I'm not a fan.
Right, but you're also not trying to one-up assholes about it. You know, like there are people that are like, the comic books are the Bible of the series. Those people are assholes. Fuck them. You know, so like you're not trying to like be actually, you know, you're not one of those guys. Like Emily goes in to buy comics because she buys the IDW Transformer comics, right? Great line, great books. And like those dudes in sweatpants will approach her. I'll be hanging out talking to the owner because I talk to the owners of every store I go to because I guess that's just what I do. And like
You're
I've
a fan
seen
talking
them,
to the owners.
I've seen them criticize her and like point out how she's wrong because none of this is G1 or G2 or whatever. And Emily just looks at them and is like, "You're never going to have a boyfriend," and will walk away. Because I mean, like, why would you do that? Why would you shit on somebody like that? And sure, Emily might not know everything there is to know about everything there is to know about transforming robots, but like, why shit on that? Why be that guy that needs to be more knowledgeable than you on a subject that doesn't really matter? Yes, it matters to you, but in the giant scheme of things, as like the world goes, nobody's going to suck your dick for knowing this much about Transformers unless you meet that one girl who's like, man, I wish I could suck somebody's dick who knows this much about Transformers.
Right. And then you got there's people too, and a lot of times it's the same people that'll be like, well, this movie in the Wonder Woman movie sucked because it didn't follow along with the comics. But then they're like, you know, if you get a story that does follow, well, that movie was dumb. I'm like, but they took that story directly out of the comics. Well, that's dumb. They're supposed to make their own thing. I'm like, but wait, you didn't like the other movie because it didn't follow the comics. Now you don't like this movie because it did follow the comic. I don't know.
So here's the thing. So Batman the Animated Series. Y'all remember that? We all like Batman the Animated Series.
I have a DVD box set autographed by the voice of Batman and Joker.
Super hard for you. So take all that, right? You know what some of the best stories from that show was? The Neil Adams comics that were adapted. The Ra's al Ghul stuff, Neil Adams. Page for page, it's the exact same story in the comic than it was on the cartoon and everything else. So like, it's not original, and like this, you just totally no, it's not. Like there's nothing original anymore, everybody. Yeah. Sorry, it's been done. These
characters have been around for 80 to 100 years in some cases, so chances are they've recycled some stories a couple of times.
So I talk about fandoms, I talk about everything. I saw I'm not the biggest fan of Batman or DC. I'm not the biggest fan of DC.
Well, I need a place to stay if anybody is in Florida.
But watch the Justice League. Is that the one that? Yeah, didn't like it.
No, it's because it was garbage.
I watched the 4-hour one that they redid. Loved it to death.
That's because it was the movie it was supposed to be.
Listen, if I was,
but you know what? I still have the same problems with the 4-hour Justice League as I do with the 2-hour Justice League. It shouldn't have happened at that time. They needed more build up to it.
Sure.
I liked it. I like the long one better.
I like the Snyder one too, because that was the DC universe that they were trying to build toward. Like they were going for the Frank Miller Batman. You know?
Yeah. And then to the one thing though that did kind of irk me is like, why put like after credit sequence in first of all your 4-hour movie when you know it's not going anywhere, and it just literally made no sense. Like that whole section at the end with the Joker, and I'm like, okay, is this real? Is this a dream? We will never know because you don't get to make any more of these movies.
No, it's actually fan service because people were asking for that, you know. So I see. Well, I actually do. So it's just they just people were asking for it. Fans were asking for it. I was asking for it. I wanted to see more of that. And the things that Joker said was, "How many timelines have you messed up, Bruce?"
Yeah,
plays a big part into it, and that leads into the multiverse, as it were. Because they went through that in Dark Knight's Metal and everything else. And it's just, oh god, it's.
And I don't even know if at this point, like, if Flashpoint is happening.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, they keep saying that, but it keeps getting delayed, and it's like
they've been releasing production pictures of it like every day.
Oh, is it finally on track?
Michael Keaton's been pictured several times.
Because I know it was supposed to have been out like 2 years ago.
Well, I mean, we did have a worldwide pandemic.
Well, that only accounts for the last year.
We did not have that in Florida. I don't know what y'all. Right. We missed the pandemic. Jason, I want to go to bed.
No.
Okay.
This is a BS day.
Well, good night, everybody. Have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, it is that time. It is an hour. So thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you, gentlemen, very much for being here this evening. And we will see you guys next week. And here's a little secret for everybody that's watching now. We're doing a giveaway next week. And that's the last I'll be speaking of that until next week's episode happens. So nobody else knows except for the people that are here right now.
I know.
I'm going to tell everybody.
Oh, you guys have a great evening, and we will see you next week.